The Polaroid Cube Plus, as the name suggests, is a slightly improved version of the original Polaroid Cube. But with this new version, we have the addition of Wi-Fi functionality, and we have a companion app to go alongside it, which works on both iOS and Android devices. The Cube Plus is retailing for $149.99 and is offered in 3 distinct colors. We have black, red, and blue, and they're all beautifully vibrant, and they have a really unique feel to them as well. You also can have up to 128 gigabytes of storage with a micro SD, and in the box they include an 8 gigabyte micro SD card. This little unit has a wide viewing angle with up to 124 degree wide angle lens on here. You can capture pretty much anything in a shot, which is awesome. It also has a weatherproof body, so you can kind of dip it in the water. I've tested that before with this one and it was completely fine. It's rainproof, weatherproof, whatever else you chuck it through. And it also has image stabilization, so basically whatever you do with it, you're going to get a stable shot, which is something that the GoPro does not offer. The Cube Plus has an 8 megapixel sensor for all of your still needs, but through the application you can change it to a 3 megapixel, 6 megapixel or 8 megapixel option through the app companion, which is really easy if you want a low quality image, I guess, for some reason. You also have automatic low light, so when you get into those dark shots, you don't have to worry about going through the app or anything. It will just automatically sense that it's a darker spot and it will change to that mode. One of the biggest downfalls of the Cube Plus was its audio capability. Now it's got terrible audio, which is really unfortunate. They recently updated it to pull up the volume, but it still isn't as good as you would like it to be. You can record for up to 107 minutes without Wi-Fi enabled, which is a decent length for such a small little unit. And then on top of that, the Wi-Fi reaches up to 30 feet, so you can get a decent distance away from your camera while you're recording. Charging this device takes about an hour, and they use a 600 milliamp hour battery. You can shoot at 720 or 1080p at either 30 frames or 60 frames per second, or you can shoot at 1440p at 30 frames per second. You also have a slow-mo option, which shoots at 720p 120 frames a second, or you have a time-lapsing option with intervals of 1 second and 3 seconds. The standout feature of the Cube would be its magnetic base, which allows you to magnetize this unit onto a pole or onto a vehicle, but it's also limiting in that regard as well. There aren't too many mounts available, so you'd have to purchase specific Polaroid mounts, but if you want to mount it to your vehicle, then it's going to work 100%. I've tested it on mine. I've been driving about 80 k's an hour and it was perfectly solid, didn't move at all in the wind, so it's reliable if you're going to be using it on your car quite a lot. Overall, my experience with the Polaroid Cube Plus was positive. I loved the image quality. It's super crisp and beautiful. We also have this great design here, which is offered in 3 different colors. But one thing they really need to address, which is a big thing, is the audio quality. It's barely usable. They need to improve that for future iterations, but I really can't knock it too much because we have such a beautiful little camera here that anyone can pick up and play with. And who couldn't love that magnetic base? Thanks for watching, guys.